In our quest to understand the world around us, we often find ourselves trapped by our own perceptions and limited knowledge. One of the most powerful metaphors in philosophy that explores this theme is Plato's Allegory of the Cave. This ancient story challenges us to question our reality and seek the truth beyond the shadows. In today's video, we'll dive into this timeless allegory and discover its profound lessons on knowledge, freedom, and enlightenment. The Allegory of the Cave. Imagine a dark cave deep underground where prisoners have been chained since childhood. Their bodies are fixed in place and their heads are bound so that they can only see the wall in front of them. Behind them, a fire burns, and between the fire and the prisoners is a raised walkway where people walk, carrying objects that cast shadows on the wall. For the prisoners, these shadows are their only reality. They believe the shadows are the actual objects, for they have never seen anything else. They give names to the shadows and create stories about them, thinking they understand the world. But in truth, they are only perceiving a fraction of reality, mistaking the shadows for the whole truth. The prisoners escape. Now imagine that one of the prisoners is freed. At first, he is blinded by the light as he turns to see the fire behind him. It's painful, and he struggles to understand what he is seeing. As he adjusts, he realizes that the shadows on the wall are not the true forms of the objects, but mere reflections of the things carried by those walking along the walkway. Curious and determined, the freed prisoner ventures further out of the cave. As he emerges into the sunlight, he is again overwhelmed by the brightness. But gradually, his eyes adjust, and he begins to see the world as it truly is, full of color, depth, and life. He sees the sun, the source of all light and life, and understands that the shadows in the cave were only a poor imitation of reality. The return to the cave. But the story doesn't end there. The freed prisoner, now enlightened, feels a sense of duty to return to the cave and share his newfound knowledge with the others. However, when he re-enters the cave, his eyes are not accustomed to the darkness, and he struggles to see the shadows that once seemed so clear. The other prisoners, still bound in their chains, mock him. They cannot comprehend his talk of the world outside the cave and dismiss his words as madness. They are so entrenched in their own limited understanding that they reject the truth he brings, preferring the comfort of their familiar shadows. The meaning of the allegory. Plato's Allegory of the Cave is a profound metaphor for the human condition. The cave represents the world of appearances, the reality we perceive through our senses, which is often limited and distorted. The shadows on the wall symbolize the false beliefs and illusions that we take as truth, because we have never seen anything else. The journey out of the cave represents the philosopher's quest for knowledge and enlightenment. It is a difficult and often painful process, as it requires us to challenge our existing beliefs, question our reality, and open our minds to new possibilities. The sun in the allegory represents the ultimate truth, the source of knowledge and understanding, which can only be grasped through intellectual and spiritual awakening. The relevance today. Plato's allegory remains as relevant today as it was over 2,000 years ago. In our modern world, we are often surrounded by metaphorical shadows, misinformation, superficial distractions, and limiting beliefs. We are bombarded by images and ideas that shape our perception of reality, but how often do we question them? How often do we seek to see beyond the shadows? The Allegory of the Cave challenges us to be like the freed prisoner, to embark on a journey of self-discovery, to question the reality presented to us, and to seek a deeper understanding of the world and our place in it. It encourages us to break free from the chains of ignorance and to strive for enlightenment, even if the path is difficult and the truths we uncover are uncomfortable. The call to enlightenment. As we reflect on Plato's allegory, let us ask ourselves, are we content with the shadows, or are we willing to seek the light? The path to enlightenment is not easy, but it is a journey worth taking. By questioning our assumptions, seeking knowledge, and embracing the truth, we can transcend the limitations of our own caves and discover a reality far richer and more meaningful. If this story of Plato's Allegory of the Cave resonated with you, I invite you to join our community of seekers and philosophers. Let's continue to explore the deeper truths of life together. Please like, share, and comment on this video to help spread the message of enlightenment. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you won't miss out on our next journey into the wisdom of the ancients. Thank you for watching, and remember, true knowledge begins when we question the shadows.